13 10 o'clock news.
I will not tolerate this kind of behavior in any agency, but especially in the IRS.
A major shakeup in Washington tonight in the aftermath of an investigation that found the Internal Revenue Service improperly targeted conservative groups. Good evening, I'm Tricia Mackey.
And I'm Ben Swan. President Obama says the acting commissioner of the IRS, Stephen Miller, has submitted his resignation.
The president also says that new safeguards be put in place to prevent reoccurrence of improper actions. The Obama administration has been under pressure since top IRS officials admitted that conservative groups were improperly singled out dating back to 2010 and through last year's election. An investigation by a Treasury Inspector General found that the IRS used inappropriate criteria that identified for review Tea Party and other conservative groups that were seeking tax-exempt status.
So this is a scandal that has centered around the IRS agents, specifically here in Cincinnati. And in a Fox 19 investigation, a Fox 19 exclusive tonight, despite the claims that this targeting of groups was the work of 2 Cincinnati agents, Fox 19 has learned that at least 4 local agents could be at the center of the scandal. But were they just following orders? Fox 19 has exclusively learned that as many as 4 people may be the first Cincinnati IRS employees to face disciplinary action and possibly even criminal charges for allegedly targeting Tea Party and Liberty groups applying for nonprofit status. Today, the IRS announced that it pinpointed 2 employees at the agency's Cincinnati office for being primarily responsible. Acting IRS Commissioner Stephen Miller resigned his position today. President Obama announced it Wednesday evening.
Today, Secretary Liu took the first step by requesting and accepting the resignation of the acting commissioner of the IRS. Because given the controversy surrounding this audit, it's important to institute new leadership that can help restore confidence going forward.
But prior to his resignation Wednesday, Stephen Miller called the 2 Cincinnati employees rogue and off the reservation, adding that they were overly aggressive in handling the requests from those conservative groups over the past 2 years. Miller also added that those 2 employees have already been disciplined by the agency. But despite the claim of just 2 employees being involved, Fox 19 has exclusively learned from 2 separate sources that there may be at least 4 Cincinnati employees who may be at the center of this thing. Those 4 employees, whose names we're choosing to withhold until we can confirm they are in fact at the center of the scandal, have each worked in the IRS exempt organizations department. The same department that has admitted publicly to sending letters to Tea Party and conservative organizations. We've also confirmed those 4 Cincinnati employees made large requests of information from the Richmond, Virginia Tea Party in January of 2012, the Ohio Liberty Council in January of 2012, to Dan Backer, a Washington, D.C. based lawyer who helped 6 small conservative groups apply for 501c4 status in February of 2012. And contacting, among others, the Liberty Township Tea Party in March of 2012. One of Fox 19's 2 sources went on to say that these 4 claim, quote, they simply did what their bosses ordered, end quote. And keep in mind, as we reported Tuesday, the report by the Office of Inspector General states senior IRS officials knew agents were targeting Tea Party groups as early as 2011. In fact, according to that report, Lois Lerner, who heads the IRS division that oversees those tax-exempt organizations, was told on June 29, 2011, that groups with Tea Party, Patriot, or 912 Project in their names were being flagged for additional and often burdensome scrutiny. And keep in mind, while the IRS is again pointing at those 2 rogue employees, the number of organizations that were singled out has swelled to nearly 500. That according to Republican Congressman Darrell Issa and Ohio's Jim Jordan. Fox News also reporting that at least 2 Cincinnati agents had been subpoenaed to testify before Congress on Monday.